And
what we don't understand is why bin Laden, who comes from a royal family, was like coming from the Rockefellers in this country. All right, it's a good comparison, isn't it?
It is a good comparison,
okay,
but a renegade one.
But he's a renegade.
Yes.
But why doesn't his family go after him? Why doesn't the family? Why don't you freeze the assets of all the wealthy Saudis who are giving money to these types of organizations?
This is the tragedy, and you have to forgive me. American media is either lazy or ignorant. This man, his family froze his assets. They disavowed of him. They disowned him. The government stripped him from his nationality. And I want to question the report you mentioned that if there was an election, Saudi Arabia, between him and the king, he would have won. You know something? That is fancy talk. It's lovely.
Well, you don't have elections in your country. But that's one fact. I can never dispute this because it's a moot point. You don't have elections.
Exactly. But I can prove it to you another way. If bin Laden had such a great followers in Saudi Arabia, he wouldn't be hiding in Afghanistan. He would be in Saudi Arabia leading his people. Remember when Khomeini came?
How is it so easy for him to recruit young guys in their early 20s to go do his killing in this country if he's not popular? These guys went to their death just because he said, go to your death.
You make it sound like out of 12 million Saudis, 3 million were following him. You're talking about a handful. That's number one. Number two.
3 handfuls, 15.
Okay, 3 handfuls. Thank you. Second, you're talking about, how do you explain this guy Walker? He's an American living in San Francisco. Why would he follow? I can't speak for crazy people. Nobody has monopoly over crazies. And Saudi people take offense when people say Islamic terrorists. Rabin was not killed, Prime Minister Rabin of Israel was not killed by an Islamic terrorist. He was a Jewish religious guy. IRA are not Muslims, they are terrorists. McVeigh, can you imagine after McVeigh's death, after McVeigh blew up those 200 Americans in Oklahoma, if I came and said, all blue eyes, blondes, who were veterans, are terrorists.
Well, you know what I say to you? As the nuns taught me,
that will include you, Chris.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
You're right.
In this case, let me ask you.
We're condemning what happened. You guys are refusing to accept us.
Let me tell you, as bad as the IRA is, and even worse, the NORAID crowd that give them the money from this and the bars in North America, as bad as the Basques are, as bad as Ergun and the Stern Gang were, they never blew up the World Trade Center, never blew up our Pentagon. The Islamic fundamentalists did it.
Where is this?
I want you to explain why these people are so angry at your country that they come over here and blow up our country.
You are trying to make me now to be a doctor, to be a psychologist. I am not.
Aren't you confounded? Aren't you, when you turned on TV that day and you saw that, and you found out that 15 of the 19 killers, the suicides, came from your country, what was your emotional reaction?
I was shocked. I was hurt.
Were you surprised?
I was surprised.
You were.
I was surprised. But
even though bin Laden recruits most of his people from Saudi?
Not most of his people. No. You see, you make it. This is the problem.
Okay.
You all start with a premise, and then everything has to be fact. The premise is wrong. The truth of the matter is, we think is evil, bin Laden. We think people who follow him are evil. We have pain for what happened in America.
Because of what they believe or what they do?
Because what they believe and what they did.
Okay.
Both.